Greetings, family. Welcome to Live with Shatufa. We are here watching the events that are unfolding in the country, and we continue to see a lot of things that are happening. We continue to see the intrigue that we see in the party of ZANU-PF, Mnangagwa's party, the oppressors of the people of Zimbabwe. And we are watching and listening, putting our ears on the ground. We are hearing quite a lot that is really happening. The nation is discussing. The nation is talking about many issues that are happening around us. Mnangagwa faces serious risk cutting Mutsvangwa out totally. There is indeed a very serious risk that Mnangagwa is about to run when if he continues in the trajectory that we are seeing of trying to cut Chris Mutsvangwa out, because a lot is being said. We are hearing quite a lot. The man Chris Mutsvangwa is also very cunning. He's a shrewd contriver, and Mnangagwa must not take him lightly. He might be the very agent that causes it, that will contribute to the fall of Mnangagwa. So Mnangagwa must be very careful, because a lot really can happen, because Chris is quite a lot. I've got some comments here that I liked so much when I was going through the Twitter space. Brighton Mtebuka says, we all know and accept that Chris Mutsvangwa is a motor mouth, unruly and gaffe prone. Even then, given the very prominent role that he played in ED's rise to power and his reign, even with their ups and downs, totally cutting him loose and leaving him to drift at sea would defy belief. Right, this is one comment. And the other from Majira Jairo says, it all started in 2021 when the Chinese Communist Party invited Chris Mutsvangwa to showcase China in an interview with the Xinhua. In return, China promised to support a man they believe in and who had been an ambassador to their country. They promised him to help curb corruption. Right, this is Chris Mutsvangwa, and we have heard him talking about this in the previous time. Let's just listen to the video.
China has given all the people of China, regardless of nationalities, a chance to become modern, to share in the dividend of development. The Communist Party has done well for China by organizing the Chinese people, but it has also gone further to give its experience to other countries in how to use capital in a most efficient manner to develop a modern economy. So this is the historic goal which the Chinese Communist Party has over the years proven to be pursuing. They want prosperity for the Chinese people. They want prosperity for their neighborhood. They also want prosperity for the world. That's the biggest lesson which China has taught the world. That rapid progress is not centered around a particular nation, but it is a shared goal of all the world. The Africans are very happy because our relationship with China is peer-to-peer. Although it's a very big country now with a modern economy, they don't show off. They've no hegemony.
Right, so there we have it. This is Chris Mutsvangwa. There's a lot that he has said. Indeed, he played a very pivotal role in connecting China to Zimbabwe, and Chinese really trust Chris Mutsvangwa. And he has been this guy who was bragging so much about what he has done in terms of connecting China to Zimbabwe. And Chinese, indeed, they trust Chris Mutsvangwa. This is why you are hearing quite a lot about the Chinese deals and a lot of this corruption that is happening involving the Chinese people. It has Chris Mutsvangwa also at the center. So as for China, we've always been speaking about China and saying that it had not been for China, the ZANU-PF government would have sunk, would have gone underwater long back. But all thanks to China, China continued to bail them out, giving them loans, and the like, in exchange of our minerals and our riches of the country. And ZANU-PF was kept afloat. So in the event of a total cutout or a fallout between Mnangagwa and Chris Mutsvangwa, we are highly likely to go and see a tension beginning to rise between Mnangagwa and the Chinese. Already we are hearing that there is already some kind of a bad blood that is now happening between Mnangagwa and the Chinese. And China, being a superpower, being a country that has resources, being a country that can, influence younger and smaller countries like Zimbabwe, it is very, very highly likely. And I've said in the past, you remember that when the coup happened, General Chiwenga had to go to China first, as if to get the go-ahead, as if to get a green light from China. And when he flew from China, the coup had already happened, and it was about to happen. When he came and arrived, he wanted to be arrested there and there, but he was tipped, and then he had to go through Zambia and came into the country. Mugabe wanted to arrest him, but it was too late already. The ball was already rolling. So this man, Mutsvangwa, does have quite a lot of connections and a lot of influence, and he can also influence, even the people that are within ZANU-PF, within the Lacoste. So it will really be very, very risky for Mnangagwa to have a total fallout with this man. But it looks like the relationship is going there. It looks like it's becoming more like unavoidable, that this is going to be the reality that Mnangagwa is going to face. We are watching the space. We continue to see, want to continue to hear. We've also been hearing from the grapevines of some kind of association and joining of hands with the people like Kasukwere. And if indeed this comes out to be true, it is really devastating for Emmerson Mnangagwa. It won't be business as usual if indeed Chris Mutsvangwa is coming out to join hands with the G40 big wigs, because G40 is still quite very strong within ZANU-PF, and it might not work for Emmerson Mnangagwa at the end of the day. So let us continue to believe God for a free Zimbabwe. Our country must be freed. People of Zimbabwe are tired of ZANU-PF. Whatever is happening, there's nobody who is going to ever be sorrowful about their own fights and their own fallouts. Let them continue to fight each other, destroy each other as much as they can, because ZANU-PF must just go down so Zimbabwe can be free. Zimbabweans have tried all they could to make sure they free themselves from ZANU-PF through elections, through demonstrations, through choosing other sides to vote for, but it has looked like ZANU-PF has tried all the dirty tricks to hold on to power. So at the end of the day, we pray that God intervenes, and when God intervenes, he can allow such cracks and such confusion and break the breakups that can happen right from the camp of the enemy. So this is it, family. We are watching the space. We want to continue to pray for the nation and believe in God for the freedom of the Zimbabwean people. It is coming. Mnangagwa's days are numbered. His days are tick-tocking slowly to their very end. And this is what all Zimbabweans are praying for and believing for. And if we continue to believe God and continue to pray, I'm telling you, the day is going to be realized, because it is not very far from now. We are in the season of change. Change is a reality. Change is our portion, and change definitely is coming. So family, I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. Let us continue to be standing up, standing in the gap as intercessors, as change champions. Freedom of the Zimbabwean people is coming, and it is a reality. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. After subscribing, liking, and sharing, you are also going to receive notifications each time that we are live. Thank you so much. Remain blessed. I sign out. Love you all.